All right, so I'm gonna start now. What do I have to say about this character? Well, I am really thinking that this is going to be the last session I'm going to do for concepting this character. The reason is that usually at this stage, I'm really close to the point where like normally I would start to jump into like detailing and stuff, like as in like polishing. And there's always more work that I could do, more preparation in terms of like figuring out stuff of the design of the character. But for me, since I focus generally on full body character, looking at this character in full body, for me, this pretty much does the job. Um, Especially if I see it like in thumbnail form, it's like, looks good. Like I'm happy with that. So um, if I start to go into like and I zoom in, yeah, it's lacking a lot of information and stuff. Usually I figure out that information during the polishing process because all of my building pieces are there. My visual language is defined. I just need to repeat it. And pretty much that, yeah. The color scheme is that's probably what I'm gonna go for. Maybe I'm gonna do some slight changes and stuff. Like these like red parts, there's not a lot of them. At the same time, it's good to have a like a color that's not often there. It's not really an accent color also because it's not really attracting attention. The accent color is more like the orange, the bright orange. Now I'm thinking about it, those like contour here could be that red actually. Do we have a layer here? No. And just go straight up. Color like that also, I can just define them in during rendering, but maybe they need to be a bit brighter for the when used as like a contour though. Essentially the same color. I was also thinking that maybe here it's attracting too much attention. So yeah, I've made a list of things I want to do for this session. And that's pretty much like there's stuff that's more important than other. Like for example, I want to just revisit the design. It's obvious. Um, the orange stripes, I feel that there's some missing on the thigh. That's a quick fix. I want to add the cylinders that we have on the design here. Revisit some of the detail, maybe add some detail. Possibly I'm going to define the fingers, maybe just with colors. The back needs to be worked on and the undersuit as well. Since they are almost not visible, I am really going to spend a minimal amount of time on them, but yeah, I should do something about it for sure. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's get going. Oops. Oh no, wait. What am I doing here? I have dynamic symmetry on this object. All right, so just those little orange line. At first glance, when I looked at it earlier today, I was like, yeah, they're missing. I should be adding them. Just duplicating it and putting it on the other side for symmetry because there's also something else I wanted to revisit here. Just have some like space for the inside of the elbow here. Yeah. Do you usually make this list before working on the project to know what to do? No, just when I feel that there's just like a few things to finish and make sure I don't like forget something, because otherwise if I was to work with just like a list, I think I would get distracted by the list and lose in terms of like my flow and such. So the list is really just there at this point because it's like I feel like I'm finalizing stuff. So for the cylinders, I'm going to actually create a cylinder as an IMM that I can use. Now I'm wondering if I should start from... Well, I didn't have any IMM on her. We're gonna open her up real quick. All right. Bit more detail to handle on this one for sure. Yeah, and I'm gonna want to have like this as the base for my cylinder, so I'm gonna clone it here. Do we leave this project open? No, I'm not gonna be placing more IMMs and stuff. So what I'm gonna try to do is just to have this go back to being a oops. Nope, 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 nope. I've played with this object so much that I actually kind of like made this object a bit skewed, so it's not it's not like really straight anymore or whatever. But hey, whatevs. So we're gonna get rid of this, or at least we're gonna split it, because this is going to become more like a light source. There's also going to be a version of this that is much longer. Like those, well, possibly. So I have to account for, like, since I can only reduce the intensity lower when applying an IMM, I'm going to actually grab them, make them like this, and when I'm going to use them as IMM when I reduce the intensity, this is what's going to define them as like shorter, but we cannot go longer, so, or at least I don't know the trick. So that's going to be for these, and I'm gonna need a version with like some like laser spike thing. I think I'm just gonna add like a cone shape, whatever. All right, this is slightly straighter. The material is not gonna stick, but all right, let's merge them. We're gonna create the IMM, create insert mesh. Yes. There we go. Please deactivate mRGB. Yeah, okay, and everything stays. All right. Now, I'm gonna want them to have some depth. Okay, add the insertion. So that's good. Let's save this. Tools, call it just cylinder spike. Did you do the concept yourself? Indeed, yes. I would call that more a sketch than a concept, but yes, I did. Okay. And start placing those. We're going to duplicate the main model. Let's try with like 50% intensity. Yeah, let's give it a shot with that. And those won't have the spikes. Those are just those, but it's especially on the arm that this is going to look interesting, I think. kind of like the asymmetry here. We're going to lower the insertion point. Like these ones here, I'm not sure. Like I think I appreciate that they are only on the arms and leg. Well, I haven't put them on the legs yet, but let's just check the chat real quick. Shush, it should be illegal to be that talented reporting you. Thanks. Does it work if you put the drag rectangle in curve mode? I don't know. I don't want to try it. The Gruber, hello. Trilobite looks awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now let's try on the... oops. Is it the same size as here? Yeah, it is. All right, all right, all right. Thinking maybe I'm gonna keep the spikes if they're like small spikes like that. Kind of like the look of it. Might want to try one thing though. All right, so I just created like two options of detail placement. Maybe I'll create a third one. Yep, that's cool. I'm gonna go with this option. All right, so on my list now I have adding details if necessary, um, detailing the hands and feet, and the back, including the underside. So in terms of like adding details and stuff, I'm like not as much detail as like this one here, but close to. And I'd like to focus on the back and stuff, so in the hands. So let's just try to aim for that at the moment. And let's save this. And as I said, the detail for the hand, it's probably just going to be the coloring, as in like the separations. As you can see, not putting much effort in polishing anything, just like trying to capture some vibe, let's say. You can see there's like two knuckles. I'm not going to put that knuckle orange because it's so close to that orange fingertip that I really want to put focus on. And I feel like this color distribution is the best focus, in my opinion. Yeah, the feet are like the least detailed thing. I spend too much time on the legs. I'm not gonna have the time to look at the other things I need to look, so I think I'm gonna need to prioritize. We'll just add this. It's not much, but it's already that. Now, the undersuit has absolutely not been worked on. We're going to create an entire folder for the armor. Oot, there we go. Those armors are kind of like more part of the undersuit than the top armor now. So what we're gonna do for the under armor, we're gonna, what just happened? Yeah. We're gonna use the color codes right off the bat. Super filto, incroyable. Merci. Did I just save? All right. So we're gonna kind of like do the same that we did. Question is, am I adding armor or are we going just like cloth and stuff? I think it needs to have like some armor. Amazing concept, amazing process. Thank you. I'm not sure how much I'm going to revisit the shapes. I mean, we're never going to really see it, and I think I'm okay with like with the shapes. Maybe there's a little bit of a, oops. Negative space I can add some areas. getting distracted by detailing. The reality is that I have no freaking idea what I want to do for the back. Like, as in, like, I don't have like a concept for it, that sort of stuff. The references I usually use, also, I've used all of the visual language already. Like the top of the back of the troglodyte is technically like the top of his shell, which is what I've been using for the arms and stuff. So it probably going to end up being like a repetition of design, like without necessarily like a hook or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna go for this line flow though, because that's a bit sterile. So that beige is for the synthetic muscles. Like a good portion of the undersuit can be just like synthetic cloth. Like knowing what the materials are, like for me, because of all the work I've did on this character and also knowing the stuff I usually do for the insectoids, for me like it's pretty like evident, like this section is going to be synth muscle like this, then I'm just going to use like somewhat like human anatomy for like the distribution of the other synthetic muscles. So like I could have just kept the color and that would have been enough information for me to know like, ah, yeah, that's what I'm going to do with all of that. What's happening? Okay. Incredible process. I would try to put information with clay before painting, but almost everything was solved separating by colors. Mind blowing. Yeah, no, yeah, no. It's just like really, it conveys a lot to like having your separations and everything really helps to figure out like what you're going for and that sort of stuff. For me, for my money. And if you look from afar, your clay buildups of like volume are not going to show as much as like those very like strong contrast in colors, right? There you go. Do I put in a string? A string on the troglodyte. Does I say troglodyte? Trilobite. Now I'm gonna do some volume things because it's really about like these volumes in. There's not much volume to put anyway. So I've like put a symmetry here on those two shapes. Thing is that like the rest of the front of the character is symmetrical, so I don't know if I want to introduce like asymmetry at the back while it's symmetrical at the front. Feels like unbalanced. Yeah, that's good. For the legs at the very least, huh? Yeah, I think I'm not gonna go for a joint here. I'm actually gonna go for synthetic muscles, just in case I want to convey the idea that like this arm could be kind of like twisty on itself. Well, it's not gonna work with joints. It's more gonna work with like muscles and stuff. So let's go for that. Yeah, and at this point, synthetic muscles, whatnot. And like I say often during my streams, it's like you need to know what to focus on, what to spend your time on, and all this like backside and synthetic muscle is not going to be the focus of this like at all. Chicker. Yeah, and this looks cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Dead ass. It's not because you're a disgusting insect that you cannot have a nice butt. All right. We're gonna try something for the back here. Oops. It's a little something to suggest that like he might be able to like have some like propulsion. Not to get airborne, but so that dash quickly on the ground. I don't know how quick those beetles can go, but I like the thing that they can go like quickly like centipedes and stuff. Anyways, not super convinced of the back part, but we're gonna make do with what we have. I could revisit at some point the design for this character. But at this moment, that's pretty much, I think, what I would do for this character. In the sense that me, I'm like, I would be ready to start like polishing a few pieces, maybe the important ones, and when I would get to some of the aspects that I feel I kind of like neglected, for lack of a better word, uh, I would probably just revisit the design by then. Um, yeah, I could spend a little bit more time like on it right now. It's just I don't have the time at the moment. But yeah, that's how I would go. As I said at the beginning of the stream, if I was to like make like real big close-ups of the character, or like, okay, no, I'll say it another way. My focus is on the main, like the entire character. Most of the shots I'm going to provide are going to be of like the full-size character, or like some kind of like shot like this. So I don't necessarily need to go in like hyper detail already. In general, I don't need, but also I don't need for the goal of like my renders, let's say. So for me, having a concept that is not more detailed than that, like I'm comfortable with it. Also, I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing other Insectoid, like I know what they're gonna look like. So I'm comfortable with the amount of details there is right now. Like I'm comfortable that I'll know what to do, or that I will have the time to revisit anything later. If you still like, for example, if you do a character like that and you still have some doubt about like what you're gonna do next, first of all, it's normal. And what you could do is you could take this character here, take a screenshot, bring it in Photoshop, and start drawing like on it. Maybe some, or just taking like a reference board of like a reference board of like visual language or other concepts, and start to like draw. I would do this here, do that here, or that sort of stuff. That really depends what you need to do, right? And what makes you feel comfortable. As I said, me, like this guy as it is good enough. I don't feel like I need to add more necessarily. But if I wasn't sure, I would bring in Photoshop, add a few things. But it's clear for me where I'm going right now. So for me, he's all good. All good. So yeah. So that that's gonna be the end of this this session of. I'm gonna actually have to change the music I'm listening to because it's distracting me. All right, I was listening to a song in French, and my brain is just like paying too much attention to it. Anyways, so yeah, that's actually going to be all of it for the. This is part 5, I think. For this entire session of like concepting and that sort of stuff, that's going to be it. And yeah, so I hope it was cool for you. I hope you've all learned something. Um, Me doing this was a request from people. They've asked me to do that a lot. As I said at the very beginning when starting, it's like, I don't know how far I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to be happy with the result. This is something I usually do really in privacy so that I don't have to talk. As you've seen, compared to other sessions, I've probably talked much less than usual, which is normal. It is what it is. When I have to focus and do design, it's not the same as when doing something a little bit more like routine, like polishing, at least for me. But yeah, all in all, if you were to ask me, what do I think about this character, I would say I think he's cool. I think he's pretty cool. Um, am I going to polish him and make it like the other Insectoid? Maybe at some point. I enjoy this character. I enjoy the his kind of like posture and his look. He's pretty creepy. And yeah. So if I and also I mean it's like if I am to polish him, he's gonna look even better and cooler and all of that. So like yeah, no, I could see how I would actually enjoy working on this character. Thing is, I'm already working on the spider, so next stream I'll be working on the spider again, finishing the polish for her. Or we only have the arms to finish and we're done, so that's encouraging. And yeah. So, anyways, um, sorry for last time. For last Tuesday, I couldn't do the stream. It was too much of a busy week. But we'll see. We'll see for next week. I can't promise I'll be back here next Tuesday. I want to. I plan to, but there's a lot of work to be done lately, so we'll see about that. Anyways, that being said, thanks for coming here, looking at that once again. Really appreciate you for sticking with my streams and stuff. And yeah, next week or next time we're going to continue on the spider. So until then, I hope that you're all going to have a great time. And let's just do a little raid for so we can encourage somebody else. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in a week, hopefully. Take care.